My annoying brother, this movie is one of the best movie in the Korean film industry. Personally, it's also favorite of mine. I know you all love your siblings a lot, but I can say, after watching the story of today's movie, your love for them might just increase a bit. So I personally request you to watch the entire video. I hope you won't be disappointed. So let's dive into the main story of the movie, My Annoying Brother. At the beginning of the movie, we witness an international judo match between Korea and Japan. Today was the final match, and the main character of this movie, Jordan, was fighting on behalf of Korea. The game was going on with great excitement, and Jordan's coach was inspiring him from the sideline, whose name is Adrienne. However, Jordan's luck wasn't favorable, and he ended up losing to his opponent. Jordan didn't just lose the match but also loses his optic nerve during the game. As a result, Jordan becomes visually impaired for the rest of his life. The scene changes and we see Jordan's older brother Michael, who has been imprisoned for many years. Two senior officers come to meet him. Michael pleads with the officers to release him on parole. The term payroll release refers to release on a special condition. However, the officers are unwilling to grant him freedom under any circumstances. Michael was deeply upset after listening to the officers. In tears, he tells the officers that his younger brother is a national judo player who has been injured and blinded today. His younger brother has no one else in this world except him. His brother now desperately needs him. Hearing this, the officers feel some sympathy for Michael, and they agreed to release him on a special condition. And the condition was that Michael had to take good care of his younger brother Jordan, otherwise he would have to go back to jail again. Michael accepts the condition and is subsequently released from jail. He returns home, but after his return, we see a different side of him. Michael had lied to the police officers. In reality, he doesn't love his younger brother at all. We see Michael making noodles and eating it alone without giving it to Jordan, and he asks Jordan to borrow some money to start his old business. Michael tells his younger brother, he has come here not to reconcile but to use him for his own gain. He also warns Jordan that he never to tell the police the truth, and he have to take care of himself. Jordan remains silent, deeply affected by his older brother's words. He's standing quietly by the window. Being blind, he has nothing to say. The behavior of his older brother has left him astonished. Later, Jordan goes to the kitchen to prepare noodles. But he is blind, he cannot see with his eyes. How would he make noodles? So he eats the noodles raw without cooking it. Even, he could not walk properly. He was stumbling and falling again and again. And seeing him in this state, instead of helping him, his elder brother was angry with him. The next day, Jordan's coach comes to meet him. Seeing Jordan sleeping, the coach goes to the kitchen and cooks for him. She even cleans the entire house for Jordan, realizing the difficult situation he is in. However, Jordan's heartless elder brother tells the coach that Jordan is not a small child, who needs someone to cook for him. Then the coach replied, "What kind of brother are you? You are not helping your blind little brother, on the contrary, you are preventing me from helping. You can be reckless, but I'm not." The coach goes to Jordan's room with the cooked food, and she can see that Jordan has become very sick due to not eating properly for the past few days. He is so sick that the coach decides to take him to the hospital. Even at the hospital, Jordan finds no peace. His aggressive brother comes to him, whispering in his ear, "If you want to die, go ahead and die. Why are you creating such a drama?" Helpless Jordan remains silent, shedding tears quietly. In the next scene, Michael is seen going to a bank to apply for a loan. He wants to take a loan by keeping their house as collateral. The bank officer informs him that both brothers need to agree to the loan. At night, after returning home, Michael behaves very well with his blind brother. He cooks for Jordan and feeds him with his own hands. Michael engages Jordan in a friendly conversation and convinces him for the loan. The next day it is seen that Michael went to a showroom to buy a very expensive car. I understand that this might be frustrating for you, but try to control your anger and continue watching the rest of the video. Then we can see that Jordan's coach comes to meet him, also brought some food for Jordan. Jordan started eating those foods. Then Adrienne says to Jordan, "You are a very good judo player, you should try again." Then Jordan threw down the food in his hand, and he started walking towards his room. He continued to tell his coach, "The house where I grew up for the last 20 years, today, I can't move well in that house. Even I can't properly prepare food for myself, and you ask me to play judo again?" Jordan closed the room's door and started crying uncontrollably. And on the other side, his irresponsible elder brother is partying. The next day, 2 officers from the jail come to their house. They have come to check if Michael is taking proper care of Jordan. At that moment, Michael behaves in such a way in front of the officers, indicating that he is taking good care of his younger brother. Seeing this, the officers are pleased and leave. After the police officers leave, Michael takes Jordan outside the house, and there is a significant conversation between the 2 brothers. At one point, Jordan lets out all his accumulated anger on his elder brother. He tells his elder brother, "Brother, I used to love you so much, I always hoped that you would come back one day. The day Mom and Dad died in the accident, I waited so long for you. But you didn't come. Compelled, I performed the last rites for Mom and Dad alone. And since that day, you are completely gone from my heart forever." After listening to Jordan, Michael realizes his own mistakes. He started thinking, the brother who suffered so much because of me, who I despise greatly, how much that brother loved me. After this incident, Michael changed completely. And the reasons for your liking will start from here. The next day, Michael goes shopping with Jordan. There a man pushed Jordan down. And instead of apologizing, the man kept saying, "Why do blind people need to come shopping?" Upon hearing this, Michael gets extremely angry. He attempts to attack the person, but he realizes within moments that he won't be able to retaliate against him physically. So, he cleverly goes to the police and complained against the man, and forces the man to pay all their shopping bills. At night, Michael and Jordan return home happily. And the distance between them has slowly started to decrease. The next day, the coach comes again to meet Jordan. Once again, she requests Jordan to play judo. And just like every time, Jordan is not willing to play. Then Michael requests Jordan, saying, "If you ever feel afraid of your weakness, you will never reach your goal. Instead, if you can overcome your weakness, you will definitely reach your goal one day." After hearing such encouraging words from his elder brother, Jordan becomes willing to play judo again. In this joy, Michael organizes a dinner party. The coach of Jordan and one of their friends are also invited. At the end of the dinner, as they were returning home, Michael tells Jordan's coach, "Thank you very much. It's because of you that I saw a smile on my blind brother's face after a long time." Adrienne then replies, "Seeing you today, I feel that you are a truly great elder brother." The next day, we can see that Michael and Jordan together are cleaning the dirty dishes in the kitchen. At that moment, Michael says to Jordan, "I used to not let you do these chores, but now I am teaching you these tasks because one day you will have to get married. If you know these things, you can help your wife with these tasks." Jordan then says, "I am a blind man, who will marry me?" Michael then gives him a lot of tips, and also cuts Jordan's hair to give him a very handsome look. At night, both of them go to the club to find a girlfriend for Jordan. A girl approaches Jordan in the club, and she tells him, "I am the most beautiful girl here. You won't find a girl like me here." Jordan is a blind man. He had no choice but to believe that girl's words. At one point, the girl wants to come very close to Jordan. At that moment, Michael comes there and distances the girl from Jordan, and he brings Jordan back to home. After returning home, Michael tells Jordan, "The girl didn't look good at all, she was lying to you, so I brought you away from there." And that's how the love between the 2 brothers was growing day by day. In the absence of parents, the lives of the 2 brothers were slowly settling into happiness. But their happiness was not destined to last long. The next day, Michael goes to the hospital for a checkup. It is then that he learns about his cancer. Doctor informs him that it is the last stage. Michael still had a lot of loan money left over, but even then he cannot save himself. Michael, in deep sorrow, was driving home quickly, constantly thinking about his blind brother. On the other hand, Jordan unable to find his brother at home, so he repeatedly called Michael, but Michael didn't answer the phone. Michael was crying intensely because he couldn't accept that he had only a few days left to live. He wanted to live, as anyone else in this world would. Along with this, a lot of peace had returned to his life. He had found his brother as well. If he were to die, what would happen to his blind brother? Michael was deeply saddened, contemplating these thoughts. The next scene shows Jordan trying to do the egg pose, but the fried egg fell on his leg and burnt his leg. When Michael returns home, seeing Jordan's condition, he scolds Jordan a lot. He said to Jordan, "Are you so hungry that you can't wait any longer?" Then Jordan says to Michael, "Brother, I was cooking eggs for you. The next day, Michael goes to their parents' graves. Standing in front of the graves, he addresses his deceased parents and says, "One of your sons has become blind, and the other one will also pass away in a few days. Your blind son can't do anything. If I die, what will happen to him?" Saying these words, Michael bursts into tears. In the subsequent scene, it is shown that Michael takes Jordan to the ground for practice. At that moment, Michael confides in Jordan's coach about his situation. He tells Adrienne, "I won't survive for much longer. I have cancer. After my death, you will have to take care of everything for Jordan." Upon hearing Michael's words, Adrienne becomes deeply saddened, but she restrained herself. Afterwards, Adrienne takes Jordan to a national coach and enrolls him there. Jordan's practice begins, and he puts in tremendous effort. On the other hand, it is shown that Michael is stockpiling a considerable amount of food and supplies at home. He is rearranging the house entirely so that Jordan doesn't face any difficulties moving around inside the house. Michael even sold his car, and he was doing all these things so that when he died there would be no problem for Jordan to live. Michael also keeps money on fixed deposit for Jordan in the bank, and a friend of his was also helping him in all these works. The next day, when Jordan returns home after practice, he feels that the house has completely changed. Now he can move around without anyone's help. Jordan tells his elder brother, "Brother, I have been selected for the national team, and next week, I will be going to Brazil for the Olympics." Hearing this, Michael says, "I have also got a job in Italy, and that's why I have to go to Italy too." Michael was compelled to lie to Jordan, because he knows that this is the last meeting with his younger brother. His younger brother will never see him alive again after returning from the Olympics, so he was consoling Jordan with lies. The next day, Michael bids farewell to his brother as if it's the last time. Jordan goes to Brazil. Later, we can see that Jordan has been selected for the final in Brazil after winning the semi-final. Hearing this, Michael becomes very happy. However, gradually Michael's physical condition deteriorates. At that time, one of Michael's friends admits him to the hospital. On the other hand, Jordan is feeling a lot of fear about playing the final match, because he has a bad experience with this final match in the past, so he does not want to play the final match anymore. At that moment, Adrienne reveals everything to him about Michael. Adrienne tells Jordan that his elder brother won't survive for long. He lied to him that he would go to Italy for a job. The truth is, he is suffering from cancer. Just hearing this, Jordan immediately wants to return to Korea. Then Adrienne tells him from behind, "If you don't win the match and bring the winner medal to your elder brother, he will be very disappointed." Adrienne tells him that this is your elder brother's last wish. He wants to see the Olympic medal in your hand, and that's what will bring him peace. Hearing all this, Jordan agrees to play the final match. Jordan calls his elder brother Michael and tells him, "Brother, I will definitely bring the winner medal for you. But you must promise me that until I return, you will continue to live for me." Two brothers are overwhelmed with emotions during the phone call, because the days of joy in their lives were gradually fading away. After this conversation, the final match begins. In the first 2 rounds, Jordan faces defeat. However, before the last round starts, he remembers the beautiful moments spent with his brother. He recalls the promise he made to bring the medal home for his brother. Motivated by this, Jordan enters the final round with determination. The match unfolds, and in the end Jordan emerges victorious. Michael is very happy to see this. However, Jordan despite winning the match, and he sits on the ground and cries intensely. He knows that when he returns to South Korea, he won't be able to see his brother alive again. This scene from the movie deeply touched my heart. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. The scene changes, and it is shown that Michael has passed away. Jordan returns home and sits quietly. Michael's friend now takes care of Jordan. Michael's friend gives Jordan a tape recorder, and says that your brother left it for you. He has recorded all his unspeakable words for you, so that you can hear it after he dies. As Jordan sat alone, he put headphones in his ears and started listening to his brother's recorded words. His elder brother said, "Our lives are very precious. Never consider yourself insignificant. Perhaps, due to the twists of fate, I, along with Mom and Dad, have left you, but we will meet again someday. Always take good care of yourself. And remember, your brother loves you very much." Jordan continues to cry while listening to the recording. The scene changes, and we see Jordan returning to his normal life. He now handles all his tasks by himself. And here the story of the movie ends. So friends, love your brothers and sisters very much. They are invaluable assets in your life. How did you like the story of today's movie? Please comment. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit the like button. And I would like to request you to subscribe to our channel. So everyone, take care and goodbye for today.